Hey guys, welcome to YouTube Mommy Meetup. We are here in another live hangout. I am Dana, Miss Diaper D from the Diaper Dirt channel, and we are going to go through and do our introductions like we always do. But first, I just wanted to announce to everybody that YouTube Mommy Meetup is now holding Hangout Hops, and so we are visiting you on your channel. And we held our first one a few weeks ago with Kara from Kara's Life on the Farm, and it was really fun. We had a really great time. So if you're interested in entering your channel name to be selected for a future hop, you can head over to the YouTube Mommy Meetup G+ community. We post there for volunteers, and it is a closed group, but you can request to join and we will add you, and currently it is free to join. However, I can't guarantee it will always be, as is the Facebook group. So definitely go and join us there so you'll be grandfathered in. And then what do you get out of the Hangout Hop other than just having a really good time with all of us is we are there to help you get your Hangout started, and we're there for support during the Hangout. So even if you feel pretty confident technically, often what happens is when you go live, it starts to get overwhelming, and having others there to kind of help fill in during the silences or help you put up comments or just to give you courage is what we are there to do. And we're also essentially bringing the YouTube Mommy Meetup community to you and to your channel, and we help to promote the Hangout within the Facebook group and sometimes on our personal social media sites. And I know Kara said that she gained quite a few new subscribers from her hop. So also, you know, if you're into networking, it's a chance to hang out with us, and then we get to know you. And often the post chat in the Hangout is, you know, really great for relationship building, so it can be very valuable. So we're hoping to hop over to your channel soon, so I just wanted to mention that. And you can go to hangouthop.com if you want to see all of the instructions on how to join or just more information. You can check that out there. But first, I want to go to Amy from Dreamflight 6000. She's going to go ahead and say hello.
Hey, everybody.
And then also with me, as always, is the stylish Diana from Being Mommy with Style. And say hi.
Hey, everyone.
And then in this hangout today, we have two guests with us. First, we have Jendi. Jendi, do you want to introduce yourself and your channel and maybe something that you do on your channel?
Yes, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for allowing me to join in the hangout, and I'm honored to be a part of it. My channel is Jendi's Journal, and it's basically anything that happens in my life, but I do try, my main topics are I have pets and food. I do videos on that on Mondays. On Wednesday, I try to do more of a just talking to the camera kind of vlog, and then I used to do music every Friday, which I want to get back to, but you know, life is busy. I'm a mom of 3, homeschooler, and so, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here with us, Jendi. And then Lisa, you want to introduce yourself and your channel?
Hi, I'm Lisa from Lisa Party of 5. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3. I have a 13-year-old daughter, a 5.5-year-old son, and a 3.5-year-old daughter, so they keep me pretty busy.
Very cool. Thank you for being here with us, Lisa.
Thanks for having me.
And today we're going to talk about collabs. That was the topic that was voted for within the YouTube Mommy Meetup Facebook group, and we put a post in the group. So if you want to head over to the group and add more questions, or if you're here with us in the Hangout Live, please leave a comment, and we'll try to get to your questions. But we're going to go through the questions that were in the Facebook group first. And Diana's going to read off the questions, and Amy is looking in the comments. So like I said, definitely comment if you have any questions, or, you know, definitely talk amongst yourselves in the comments. I always think that that's really fun too. So, so Diana, what is our first question, and who is it from?
So the first question in the YouTube Mommy Meetup group was from Miss Country Girl, and she asked, could you explain what a collab is for those of us that don't know? She wanted to know what a collab is and how do you go about doing it.
Okay, so what is a collaboration? So let's see, who wants to answer this? Does everybody know, everybody here know what a collab is? Amy, do you want to answer a little bit? What's your interpretation of what a collab is?
It's when you work with another YouTuber and you do some sort of project together where, actually this is hard to answer.
Yeah, you think it's easy, and then
you think I know what a collab is, but it's
right.
hard. It's not that hard. But we did a video on it, so there's 3 different types, and I know a lot of the collabs that I have done, like you and I, Dana, have done one where we had our kids. We did cupcakes, and I directed my subscribers over to check out Dana's channel. We had like a challenge, And another one was when if you have another YouTuber on your channel and you're on their channel.
Yep. I think it's important to point out that it can be like with one person or it can be with
Lots of
multiple
people.
And
We're
there's
just on,
a lot of
Mother's
different
Day.
types.
We had Mother's Day would have been a collab that YouTube Mommy Meetup did, where we had a bunch of clips together of all of us in the YouTube Mommy Meetup with the music, and that is the collab.
Yep. Good. Anyone else have a different definition? I guess
I passed.
you did very good, Amy. You know it. Oh, I see. Do you want to highlight some people saying hi in the comments?
Sure.
Amy, do you have anybody pinned, or go ahead and put them up? And let's see here. We have Heidi Kim's here.
She said she gave Little Cub the fastest bath in history to get here on time. That deserves a medal. That is great.
And then I see Leah's here from
Leah's,
Raising
yeah.
Bushes. She says, hi, everyone.
Hi,
Angela's here. She says, hello, hello. Super excited to hang out tonight. I always have so much fun in the hangout.
Hi, Angela.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, everybody who's here, and hello. All right, what's our next question? Go ahead, Diana.
All right, so from La Bella Vita, she asks, what is the least awkward way to find someone to collab with? If you don't have many fellow YouTuber friends, it can be pretty awkward to ask someone to collab with you. So how do you go about, asking someone that maybe you don't talk to on a regular basis and that sort of thing to collab with you?
Okay. Who's this from again? I'm sorry.
This is from La Bella Vita.
La Bella Vita.
Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kelly. Okay. Lisa, since I know we talked about before before we started here that you have never done a collab, so what are your thoughts? How would you think you would go about it, like maybe asking somebody to collab with you? Any thoughts?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I just like I was saying earlier, how it's just such a supportive community. I think kind of the first place to kind of reach out would be the YouTube Mommy Meetup group, just because it seems like such a great group of people. So I would start there, I think.
To publicly post within the group, say, hey, I have a collab. Is anybody interested? Yeah.
Especially I think for I'm a newbie, so for the newer people, I think it's just a great place to kind of get some support from other new channels.
That's true, because then you're not necessarily singling anyone out or having to necessarily worry about rejection because it's public, it's a group of people, so most likely somebody there will be interested in it. So, yeah, I agree. How about you, Jendi? I know you have done some collabs. How have you reached out?
When I first started, I was part of the Full Screen Network, and they connected us through their network. And that was actually my most beneficial collab because that was with Laura and Leighton. So that was awesome. Then I just did the same thing like Lisa mentioned. If I knew someone on Facebook, I did send Facebook message some people and ask them that way. The other ones I've done with collabs are bloggers or vloggers that I've met in person at conferences, and then a year or so later I contacted them. So I think the basic thing is to build a relationship or have a relationship somehow. So if there's somebody that you really want to do one with, I would be active on their channel before you approach them. I would leave comments and don't be stalking, but be a good on their channel and interact with them. And I guess I would build up. I would look for about the same level of subscribers to start with, and then try to build up. And the YouTube Mommy Meetup is really, I've never seen any other group give so many collab opportunities. That's awesome.
How did your network, I think you're the only one here with us who's in a network, they actually set it up for you. I didn't know that they did that. I've seen lots of collabs between people who seem to have been in the same network, but I didn't know that your network actually would set that up for you. Did they matched you up and said, here, you guys can, how did that work? Can you explain?
Yeah, when I first went in the network, there was a person over a group of the moms, and so she asked who wanted to do a collab, and then she would send an email to both of us with our email addresses, and then we could kind of take it from there. And she would kind of help with ideas and stuff a little bit, but then the follow-up had to be us. And so some were successful, and some I would have one contact, and then they would email back, yeah, they would want to do it, but they wouldn't follow through, you know, and sometimes it's busy, but yeah, the initial emails of each other and the contact was given to me by the manager that worked for the network.
Now, Jendi, I found you through your collab. That's how I met you initially. So that was a successful collab.
Yeah. Was that the one with Laura?
Yes, reading the books.
Yeah, that was the most successful one.
Mhm.
The other ones were good too, but I think our audience might have been already the same. And the part of the problem I have is I interact with a lot of bloggers that have more audience on their website than on YouTube. Like Laura and Layton's whole audience was really on YouTube, and the other bloggers, some of them that I did it with, their audience was on their website. So it's different. They're looking for different content. They're used to different ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, is Diana, you're back? Oh, I was trying to look for the next question just in case you didn't pop back. Okay.
All right, let me give you the next question. I'm on reserve battery. We're getting ready to find out if a Hangout works on an iPad.
All right.
I'm going to try to log in on that real quick. All right, so the next question is, actually, Jindy just answered this. Callie also asked, would you recommend asking people to collab with you who are on the same quote-unquote level as you? Is it against YouTube etiquette to ask someone with a larger subscriber base to collaborate with you? So should you stick to the same, subscriber base and, like Jindy said, to start out, type of thing, maybe?
I think that's a good question. What do you think, Amy? What are your thoughts?
I don't think so.
You think you can ask anyone? So if you have 200 subscribers, it's cool to ask someone with 20,000?
Why not? Why not ask? I've done collabs with people who have more subscribers with me and who have less subscribers than me. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, cool.
I think it doesn't hurt to ask. They can always say no.
Diana, are you messing with your
I'm trying to log on Google Plus.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Sorry, I'm not.
I'll answer
major
now.
technical issues tonight. I apologize. My power cord on my laptop is apparently not working any longer. Anyhow, I think it's totally go for it. I mean, if you really hit it off with someone and you're especially similar interests, similar topics that you like to talk about, why not? I think it's more about like the connection you have with the person, maybe necessarily, rather than.
Yeah.
Like Dina, you and I have done collabs and long time ago. We
did. I know. I think that what Jendi and also what Diana just said is so important about just the relationship. I think if you have the relationship, then it doesn't matter. But if you maybe don't have any prior relationship,
if they don't know you,
right? Exactly. And it's just kind of sometimes as long as your motivation is isn't just because they have a large subscriber count and you have less so, and you're only you don't want the person you're approaching to feel as if you're only approaching them because of their subscriber number. That's something
the people that I've ever asked to collab with, or they've asked me. I wouldn't say we're best friends, but we know each other from YouTube. They comment on my videos, I comment on their videos. You know of each other through the community.
But then I think, sometimes people may not know each other very well, and it is maybe just strategic, like who they're deciding to collab with. And then I would say, yes, maybe approach people who are on the same sort of, at the same point in their YouTube journey, because then you're more likely to be able to have success with them. And, you guys can kind of essentially swap if you are just basically, looking for different YouTubers that maybe you don't necessarily know yet, then maybe that would be the best.
If you're newer, starting, and don't know a lot of people, definitely.
Can I add something?
Please, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a little bit different topic, but it's kind of the reverse. Someone actually kind of private messaged me and said, "Oh, I want to do this Mother's Day collab," and she had a whole list of people that she messaged, but then she said, "You have to have 2,000 subscribers," and it was kind of like, I don't. And so it's kind of like, why did you even private message me? And it's kind of, you have to shrug it off, but it kind of hurts. Like, why did you even ask me? Didn't you even check? So that's kind of the opposite way. Like, if you want to ask somebody else to do a collab, know their subscribers and what you're getting into before you say, "Oh, you only have 100. I can't do it with you." I mean, that's just not nice.
Exactly. And then you want to be careful with that so you're not burning bridges, because I'm sure it's hard. Yeah, you remember that a little bit and it stings. So good point. Yep. Okay, next question. Or does anyone have anything to say about that in the comments? You let me know, Amy, because I'm not looking in them. So let me know if you see anything that you wanted to highlight. Okay. Oh, it's I see one from
Rachel said exactly what I said. She said, Rachel Carly Nicole Elliott. Sorry, I always say that wrong.
No, you
She
got
said,
it.
In my mind, it's Rachel. She said, I think you can ask anyone regardless of their subscriber number. The worst they can say is no. She read my mind. Yes.
Yep. Good point. Okay, and let's see. Heidi Kim says, let's see. I totally agree that it's a good idea to be active on their channel before asking to collab. It would feel much less awkward. Yes. Okay, I agree. All right. Next question, or Diana, do you want me to help you out while you're trying to get logged in on your other
I'm
device?
still here. I'm still
Okay,
here.
if you do,
I
let
have
me
to
know.
download Hangouts
I
on
have
my
the questions
iPad.
up. I have the questions up. You want me to do the next one, or do you got
Yeah,
it?
Tanisha Lynn, she had the next question. She said, do you think it's okay to back out of a collab because you later think someone isn't fit for it after already making arrangements, or, maybe the filming style isn't what you expected? She said, example, I was asked to do a collab on a cloth diaper, and the lady found out my son is older, so she backed out. When he was younger, I was a cloth diaper mommy, so, she felt it was still applicable. So when is it okay to back out and when is it not, basically?
I think that this is where it's so important to be careful who you are collabing with, and I've said this before in videos of mine, like I think you have to be, I mean, if you're going to approach someone or if you do agree, then I think that it's only polite that you're prepared to follow through with that, which is why I think it's important to be careful, that you maybe check out their channel first, because you can see people's style of editing, just by looking at their, you can see all that by looking at their channel. Watch some of their videos. Don't agree to a collab before you actually, are on that person's channel, or you've watched them for a while. You kind of have an idea what their style is, what their, how it might turn out. So I would say definitely don't say yes unless you really are sure you're going to follow through, because I would say that's bad form to back out after you've agreed to do it. But I understand, like, maybe if it didn't turn out the way you think and then you're worried about putting it up on your channel, but that's why, again, just make sure before you say yes that you're sure it's going to be a good fit. Anybody else have anything to say or add to that? Okay. Next question.
Next.
I hear you. I'm sorry. My computer's starting to lag because it's on the backup battery, so I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Crystal and her YouTube channel is The Playful Bite asks, what is the average span for a deadline when sending in clips to be combined? 1 week, 2 weeks. So how long should you give to get the collab materials together?
Well, can I tell you something?
It really depends on the collab.
Expect them to come in on the deadline last second.
Last day.
Actually, the day after. It just seems like they all just...
I will say here that I think it's so important to have a deadline for that reason. I always have a deadline, because if you don't have a deadline, they just, for whatever reason, keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. And then
put the deadline before you want it up, like long before.
And that's right, because you most likely will get them in,
a week after.
Because I have a new collab channel, and today is the deadline to get in any submissions if you're interested in being a part of it. And I definitely have gotten a lot of, entries today, which is today is the deadline, and I expect more tomorrow, and that's okay. I expected that, and then that's obviously why I did the deadline, and it's ahead of when I really want them all to be. But so yeah, I think, how long should your deadline be, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, or a month? So I don't know. What about you, Lisa? What would you think is a good time frame for deadlines that's reasonable to expect? What would you say? Oh, you're on mute. There you go.
Is that better? Okay. I think it just depends on what type of content you're going to be submitting. If it's something that's really a lot of detail or that's going to take a lot of time to edit, I think, to have a longer period of time that you're able to work on that is better. But if it's like a little snippet or something, then I think a shorter time period would be good.
Okay. Usually I think I've done 2 weeks or a week as a time frame. So...
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second.
There's 2 of them.
I know. How about you, Jendi? What's your time frame for collabs?
Well, I haven't done very many big group ones. So most of mine were just between me and one other person. So it was kind of on our time schedule. But then I like the idea of the deadline. I don't know if I could enforce it with just one other person, but I kept getting put off a lot. Oh, I meant to get that to you today. I'll get it to you the next day. But it was hard because it was only that other person and me. So I just had to kind of deal with it.
Yeah. I always like clear expectations because I feel like if they're set and, put out there in the beginning, then it helps because then you can kind of hopefully prevent any bad feelings or, you getting like impatient or whatever when you have clear expectations of the deadline. And then also it doesn't upset the other people. Like if you're doing a group collab and you're waiting on a bunch of clips and you get, maybe, most of them except for a few and you're making everyone else kind of wait for the remainder of them, then, that can kind of make others upset, the ones who've already submitted or maybe who were on time. So I like the deadline thing. Okay, so anything in the comments before we move on to the next question? I think I see Kara who said she's on the road. Kara's life on the phone. I'm on the road tonight. I'll watch the whole thing when I get home. But she still stopped in to put a comment.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Kara.
Watch the road, Kara.
I know. Okay, Diana, you ready for the next question? Looks like you doubled
I'm
up.
back.
Good.
And by the way, Hangouts works on iPads, so just
All
testing
right.
that out for you tonight. All right. So the Ginger Mommy Diaries says, her question is, let's say you do a collab with someone and the caliber of the video is severely lacking, like the video is filmed vertically on an iPhone. What do you do in that scenario? And I just turned my phone in and moved.
That's okay.
I'm a
Read
bundle
most
of
of it.
issues tonight. I'm a bundle of issues tonight.
Yeah. I think we kind of answered that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's kind of like the same thing. Subscriber base. She's a big question, but it's kind of has to do with the two questions that were before too.
Oh, it goes on. Okay. You can keep reading if you found it again.
I mean, I guess how do you politely say that you're not going to put that on your channel? Like, what if they send to you is different than the quality of what they put on their channel normally?
Yeah.
What would you do
I
in
would
that
say
situation?
try to make it work. That's what I would say. Because
the odds of that are.
Yeah. I mean, if you've kind of agreed to the collab and they send you a clip, even if it's made on a phone, I feel like with editing, sometimes you can kind of maybe fit it in some way with a background or kind of.
And typically people who have good quality videos are not going to want to put out something that's not good.
Yeah, cut them some slack. Maybe their computer died and they had to do it on an iPad.
Diana.
All right. Do you want the next question?
Yes, go ahead. Next question.
Okay. All right. So just to mention, but we did do a collaboration on this actually, which I'm assuming you'll probably link down below. But Shugly Popo, I'm sorry, I did not say that right. Shugly Poop. I'm sorry, I'm having a night here.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Yep.
Suggill. Yeah. Okay. Jessie, she asked, I would love to have you guys describe the different ways to collab for those here in the group who may not know. And we answered that at the beginning: the group style, the feature style, and the handoff. And our collab kind of went into that a little bit more. So that'll be linked down below in the description.
We can talk about that a little bit, the different styles. There's even more than what we talked about. So Diana, Amy, and I just posted a collab video with the three of us yesterday, and it was the different styles of doing a collab. So we had 3 different styles. And the first style, was feature style. Amy, do you want to talk quickly about that? Of course, we will link that video down in the description box if anyone wants to go see it. But
it's when you have a YouTuber on your channel, either by themselves or with you.
Right, so they submit a video to you and you post that on your channel of them, so it's them talking in a video on yours. And that's the gist of that. And then Diana did the group one. Would you want to talk about that briefly? So like the montage.
Basically how I just, a group collage, a group montage is a group of clips that are brought together from a number of different YouTubers and then strung together in one long video and either set to music like a montage or with, different words, maybe a short blurb from each person set together like a collage, and it's all put in one long video. You can either put that on one main parent channel like the YouTube Mommy Meetup parent channel, or you could actually upload it to like every single person's
I've seen that.
channels.
Diana, have you
Yeah.
done that before where the exact same video is on everybody's channel? Where
Yes.
don't you run into hot water with that with copyright and you wouldn't be able to monetize it if everybody has the same exact video on their channel?
I ran into copyright. I ended up privating that one, but it was because of the music, and it was because some of the people were in networks and they used network music, and I wasn't in that network, so I don't have access to it. So that is something to consider if you're collabing with other people. You keep in mind you have to use like music that's available to everyone or something. Um, but as far as from when we looked into, you can upload the same video on different channels theoretically, but I know you can't upload the exact same video on your channel, so I'm not sure how that works between different channels, why that works
Yeah,
that
I was
way.
always scared to do that kind because of copyright issues, and then also I like it when they're a little bit different because if you have people who are subscribed to you and also 3 other people, and then they're seeing the same exact video on each channel,
By the time
they're only going to click it the first time on the first person's channel and maybe not watch it again. You know, I don't know. So I kind of
Yeah, by the
yeah,
time they get down to the third person's video, they're like, oh,
they're
this
not
is
going to watch
exactly
it,
the
right?
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But
I did
and
do that with just 2 people. It wasn't a group, but when there was just 2 of us, and we just made sure that we used different titles and different description.
and it
But
never got
again,
flagged.
that no, it didn't. But again, that was only 2. It wasn't like a whole group of people had it.
Right. Okay. All right, and then the other style that I had talked about in our collab video was sort of the handoff style. I didn't really know what else to call it, but when you have a video on your channel and then you tell people in order to find out more information or to learn, to see the rest of the video, they have to click off and go to the person you're collabing with, go to their channel. So our collab video was that style. So it kind of takes you through to each channel, and then you're actually kind of encouraging your subscribers to actually physically go to the other channel to watch the rest of the video or to watch an additional video which will give them more information or give them more value. And then once they're there, hopefully they would subscribe to the person that you're collabing with. So it's not just, hey, go click the link to subscribe. It's, they have to go watch it and then they'll get some value when they get to that channel. And was that your style, Jendi, that you did with Laura? Did you guys both have videos that were different, reading different books on each other's channels? What was your
No,
style?
we put the same video on both channels.
So it was the
Because
same.
I
Okay.
was trying to make it really easy for them, because basically I was saying, if you read this book to the video and send it to me, I will edit it and I will send you the finished video. If you could just put it up, if you would be so kind as to link back to mine. Like, I tried to make it as easy as possible for the person I was working with.
Okay. Good. And then the other
So
style.
you
Go
did
ahead.
all the editing. You did everything for that video, Jindy?
I did.
Oh, wow.
So far, I think all the collabs I've done, except for like when I submitted to the montage you guys did, I believe I did all the editing. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Well,
Yeah.
I love editing.
Okay.
I do too, Jendi. It's almost my favorite part more than filming, but
Yes.
yes. But another style you can do is tags. I think that tags are actually kind of a form of collaboration. When people make tag videos where they come up with the tag together, or just when you're, sometimes if you're, I tag so and so, it sort of is a style of collaboration, I think, even though it's kind of separated out into a different kind of category. But I sort of think it's similar because you can make a tag become a collaboration, especially if you're doing them together or coming up with the tag together. So can you think of any other forms of collab? I mean, other than our Hangout, obviously channels, you can do a whole channel, or, Amy, Diane, and I collaborate on this channel together as hosts. So this is a collaboration. And go ahead. You guys
I
going to
think
say
No,
something,
any
Amy?
I was just
Jendi,
nothing
you go
else.
ahead.
Well, any hangout can really be a collab, but also a live collab when you meet up. A lot of the bigger YouTubers, you see them go in together doing, like, they're together in the same room.
Right, and you just did one, right, Diana? You just had a hangout or a meetup. I mean, you had a
Yeah,
meetup
I
in
did
person at the mall,
actually.
right? Did you
Yeah,
film?
we went shopping. We did a couple videos. It was so fun. Like doing it in person, like, is just, it's fun because you're working off of each other's energy. And we did a what's in our bag videos. We're both like fashion and bag oriented on those channels. So we did a what's in a bag, outfit of the day. I did a daily vlog with the other YouTubers that are there. And we've done that one time before with a meetup. There was other purse tubers there, and we, collaborated in person. So it's fun. You just do like a general video that you would normally see on your channel, and you do it all together. So
That's so fun.
yeah, it's
Someday,
fun. It's really
someday.
Cool. I know.
Yeah,
We got to get everyone together and do a big mommy video.
I totally vote for a YTMM conference.
Yep.
Me
It's gonna happen. Don't you worry. We're gonna have it happen. All in good time. In good time. All right. How about Lisa? Can you think of any other collab styles that you've watched, or which one would you like to do? Which one do you think looks the best, if you were gonna pick one to do?
I don't know. I like you were saying about the tag videos. I think it's, it might bring attention to a channel that you have never seen, but know that you would probably like because it's on a channel that, you're already subscribed to. So I think that that's a great way to kind of go to someone else's page because you want to see their answers. I don't know. I think I personally love watching when like two of my favorite YouTubers get together in the same room, and they're like, 'cause to see the energies together, I think it's just a fun thing. So that's my favorite.
Cool. So when they're actually together, yeah.
Yeah.
I like those too. Okay, how about the next question, Diana? Is there any more? Since we're coming up on time here.
There's some great questions. I'm going to roll these next two in together because they're kind of asking the same thing. So Sarah from Sensational Finds, and then also Jen and Zoe, they both have a similar question. Sarah from Sensational Finds asks, what are your favorite topics to collaborate on, and how often would you recommend doing a collaboration? And Jen and Zoe, to kind of piggyback on your favorite topics, she says, what are the best, and by best I mean popular or most viewed collaboration ideas or topics, videos that you've either done or seen? So what are your favorite, what do you think go over the best with viewers as far as topics for collabs? And then Sarah also asks, how often would you recommend doing a collaboration?
It's a lot of questions.
I know,
it's a lot of
those
questions.
are heavy questions.
Let's
Can we start with just like start with the first one?
Favorite. Yeah, favorite.
Okay.
What's your favorite type of collaborations? Favorite. Go ahead. Anyone? No one?
I'll take this a little bit. So Jen and Zoe also kind of act like, what's the most effective? What's your favorite? And I know Kitty's Mama, that channel, she had told me once that, when I first started out, that the most effective collaborations were when you do them when you're really focused on another YouTuber. And I really took that to heart. And I think she told me that like 2 years ago. But it's, and that's why, Amy and our collab, I think, was really effective when we did that a while ago with the cupcake war, because it was just the two of us. It was her face was on my channel in my video, and she had a clip of me on hers, and because of that, it was very successful for us because it was really focused. And I think that's the most,
because we said, if you ask a question, if you don't ask anything and don't, like we said,
right.
who won the cupcake challenge? My son Henry or Little D? And
they had to go watch both videos to decide who was the winner, right?
And your subscribers said Little D, and my subscribers said Henry.
Yes.
It was a really cute idea. I love that one. It was really cute.
But still, to this day, we get views on that video. So.
Right, because it was really focused also on each other.
I do think it might be a search, like something people search. It's I don't know. It was good. It was a fun one.
But if you just mention someone, I would say maybe that's the least effective, but rather than actually having them on your channel. Or if you have a large number of people involved, then that's not as focused, so that would be less effective. But I don't know. What about you? What's your favorite, Jendi, to watch, would you say? Let's talk about that. What would be your favorite to watch?
I think I would agree with Lisa. I love to see them in the same room together. And that's usually what makes me click over to watch the other video, because if I enjoyed the one, I'll go see what they did in the other one. But I did have a quick question. Do you think Veda is a type of collab when we do the vlog every day?
I don't know.
So.
I think that we have link ups, obviously, with everybody's channel on the on the YouTube Mommy Meetup blog. So everybody's channel's on there. So it's kind of, but I wouldn't say it's a collaboration because everyone's doing sort of their own thing. Unless everybody was linking everyone else's channels in their description.
Yeah, if everyone was linking everybody else, I would say that was more of a collab. But
Right.
even then, you're not really saying that person's name or, I don't know.
Right.
So that's a good ground rule for a collab. You have to be linking to another specific person.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. And usually link them and usually mention them. That would be, yeah. Right.
I know sometimes during like Veda and things like that, you see actual like YouTubers who are friends that live kind of close to one another. They'll be in each other's day in the lives or that kind of thing. So I mean, I guess within Veda or Vlogust or whatever, that there could be a collab in a way, I guess.
Yes. I agree. Yeah. So if they're in the video together, then it is a collab. Yeah. Does that answer that question? I don't know. I don't think Jen is probably sleeping, right? Or what time is it in Australia?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Any more questions?
The last question is from J House Vlogs, and she asks, when you're looking to grow your channel, what do you recommend doing first? Tags, challenges, or collaborations? And which do you find to be most effective? So what are the best type of those kind of like large group scenarios, or what are the best type of collaborations to start out with? And she specifically asked about tags, challenges, so like the $5 Goodwill challenge, if you guys saw that, that was a massive one, or collaborations, which I kind of think like the challenges are almost kind of like collaborations in a way.
Like the ice bucket challenge, you mean, was a collaboration? That kind of
that
challenge,
would be another one. They're kind of. Did you guys see the $5 Goodwill challenge? Did you guys see that one? It's like everyone links each other, but you don't necessarily mention everyone. So I'd say that's a weaker type of collaboration than if you actually have FaceTime or if you're actually verbally mentioning another channel. No one knows what I'm talking about. The $5 Goodwill.
No,
I do.
It was like a home decor.
Yeah.
It was a home decor one. Okay.
I just don't consider it, for me, I guess I'm strict in my collab definition.
Okay. So yeah, so challenges are one thing.
Yeah.
So she says, what do you recommend doing first? Tags, challenges, or collaborations?
If you're new, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then I would definitely say tags and challenges for sure. I don't know.
You to start out.
People search it.
Yeah.
I agree, because I think sometimes too tags are good, and maybe it helps get to relationship build that way. If you're tagging someone and you go onto Facebook and say, "Hey, I tagged you," and that kind of helps you to sort of maybe someone who didn't know of you before will say, "Oh, that person tagged me," and maybe I'm going to go check out their video. So it's kind of a good way to start out with that, I would say. In the very
and if there's a bunch of them out there, like I just did a "What's in My Purse" video, and I was shocked that I didn't think people would watch it. I thought it was boring. I was like, I had it for months.
Amy, and that's like the most popular.
I had it on Father's Day. It was back in May, and
Amy,
I just posted it.
I have a whole channel for "What's in My Bag" video.
Yeah, my subscribers who cares what's in my purse? Anyway, so I posted it, and it got a ton of views. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So definitely do a "What's in My Purse."
Yeah, everybody do a "What's in My Purse." That is a very popular one. I did a "What's in My Mom Bag."
What's in your diaper bag?
Yes.
Yeah, what's in your swim bag?
But I think they're searched out topics.
Right, yeah. Well, if you have a mommy channel, then you should be ashamed if you don't have a "What's in My Purse" bag video up. Jendi, get yours up.
I'll do it next week.
Good, get on that. Okay, and that's what I would say too, is the tags. So, did you say that was the last question, Diana?
Yeah, I think that was. Okay. I think the rest of them were just
general
comments back and forth.
Okay, go ahead with the comments then that you pinned, Amy.
But they're disappearing, so I have one right here.
Okay.
This is from 3 and Done. Hey, that's like me, 3 and Done. Okay, for people new to vlogging, when is it a good time to ask for a collaboration with another YouTuber? Also, we kind of talked about this. Also, is this a good way to get more hits and subscribers? It is. It definitely is a good way to get more subscribers and more hits, is to do a collab.
Yep, I definitely would say it helps, but I think it's more important to make sure that your channel has quality content on it. That's what I think is the most important thing. Because if you do a collab with someone and you haven't really worked well on the content on your channel, then somebody might come to your channel, they might subscribe, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna stick around or even that they're gonna subscribe if they come over from your collab. So
Right.
I would say
They'll come
number
over.
one, before you focus on trying to collab with people, is focusing on making sure that you are making videos that will be helpful to people or that are providing value, or work on that first before you try to start going out and collabing, because it's not going to do you any good if you haven't worked on those things first. Okay, anything else in the comments?
Oh, you're asking me.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. No.
Sorry.
There was, but my pinned comments are disappearing.
Okay. All
I
right.
can look over here, but I didn't.
I think I saw, I don't know if it was on Facebook, but someone had asked the question about if you could do a collab with anybody. Like, who is your, I guess, dream person to do a collab with?
I don't know. My dream was Diana and Amy, and we did it, so I feel really
Aw.
happy about that. It's like,
I
we
just
haven't
got the
even done a
warm
collab
fuzzies.
before, so that was really special.
No, my dream is in real life, like
Right.
to do it
Right.
in real life.
Yeah, the conference.
That's mine.
That would be awesome to get us all together
Yeah.
and do the conference. I know that would be really cool.
That would be awesome. Like mommies in real life, like mommies unleashed. That would be awesome.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we went over time. We always do that, but it's okay.
Oh,
But
this is the
one
name
last
that we
one?
struggled with. Jessie San. She said, "Sorry, I have such a terribly tricky name. For
Aw.
reference, it's like hug a hippo."
I'm so sorry. I was like
Filippo?
juggling three things,
Filippo.
and
Oh,
I'm bad at
that's-
alliteration anyways. I'm so
That's
sorry.
good. San Felipe. Oh, I love that actually. That's a good little reference.
It's like hug a hippo.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's like
cute. San Filippo.
All right. Very cool. I know some names I need to be like told over and over again. Like, yeah. So thank you for
Yes.
that. Yeah. Thank you.
yes.
Okay. All right, you guys. I want to give everybody a chance to say their channel name one last time before we say goodbye. So we'll start with you, Lisa. You want to go ahead and say your channel, and where can everybody go to find you?
Yes, Lisa at Lisa Party of Five on YouTube. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. So you'll find me wherever you go.
Are you Lisa Party of Five everywhere on Facebook too?
Yes, except Instagram, I'm YT Lisa Party of Five.
Okay. Very good. All right.
Thank you.
And Jendi, how about you? Where can people
Yeah.
go to find you?
I'm on all those places: Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Pretty much if you look for Jendi, there's not a lot of us out there, so you'll probably find me. It's either Jendi or Jendi's Journal.
You hit the jackpot with your name. That
I
rocks. You
did.
can just
Thanks,
type in
Mom.
Jendi. I know. That's cool stuff right there. All right. How about you, Diana? Where can everybody go to find you?
You can find me at youtube.com/BeMommyWithStyle every day, unless I don't get my computer working this month in October, and also at youtube.com/BegsForBubbles.
Okay. Very cool. And Amy, where can everybody go to find you?
I am on at Dreamflight 6000. 6,000. People always forget the 6,000.
They do? Really? I
All the
can't
time.
imagine you without
1,000,
it.
3,000, 8,000. People always six.
Oh. All right. Dreamflight 6000 for Amy. Don't forget. And you can find me at the Diaper Dirt channel. I am Miss Diaper D, and you can also find me at the Diaper Dirt podcast. And if you are listening to YouTube Mommy Meetup via the podcast, then we thank you. And don't forget to head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. It helps to help others to find us and helps to encourage us to continue posting this as a podcast. And don't forget to go to hangouthop.com if you're interested in us hopping over to your channel in a Hangout. And we are here every other week on the YouTube Mommy Meetup Hangout channel, and we have random guests with us. If you'd like to enter your name to be here with us live, then you can do so at the Facebook group, YouTube Mommy Meetup. And everybody's links will be down below in the description box, and they will also be in the show notes if you go to YouTubeMommyMeetup.com. So that's it for this Hangout, and we will see you in 2 weeks. All right, bye, guys.